there was one incident जहाँ पे I can start with mine कि I'm a millennial. मेरा age group is 25 to 30 के बीच में. So in this whole 5 years का span, what happened was कि I was working in the industry. Correct. And at the same time, I'm a person जो high productive person. मुझे एकदम हाई परफॉर्मेंस लेवल पे काम करना है. दैट वाज माय माइंडसेट और वही क्रिएटिव पर्सनालिटीज का दिस इज हाउ वी फंक्शन इन जनरल. राइट. माय बिगेस्ट ड्रॉबैक वाज कि आई एम वर्किंग, नो इश्यूज, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, बट द सेम टाइम आई एम नॉट, आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट आई एम नॉट वर्किंग वेरी इफेक्टिवली. ओके. सामने वाला मुझे कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन दे रहा है, आई एम नॉट एबल टू ग्रास्प दैट, एंड प्लस मेरा कहीं ना कहीं वो परफॉर्मेंस हैम्पर हो रहा है. राइट. So that happened, but when I opened up कि this thing is happening, the problem was कि everybody understood कि it is about stress. But there is a level of stress जो आपने एक दायरा cross किया, things start changing. It wasn't just only the stress. The point was कि एक time के बाद on a human level, my psyche was getting hampered कि I'm not able to understand the process, the information that I'm getting. Right. उसकी वजह से एक तो आई एम गेटिंग वेरी इरिटेटेड, तो वो गया इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे. सामने वाले को लग रहा है कि आई एम नॉट एबल टू मे बी अंडरस्टैंड सर, आई एम नॉट पेइंग अटेंशन. The other people is not able to understand what is it, right? So सामने वाला is projecting कि I am not being attentive, I am not grasping the information, and plus होता है कि this is so basic common sense कि तुमको समझ में क्यों नहीं आ रहा. That was the main outcome that I was getting. But the problem is कि there was a gap between those both the parameters where I was communicating कि there is some off that I'm feeling, but at the same time society, when it comes to the people that I interact, they couldn't understand. Correct. And when I told them कि okay, this was the factor that I'm dealing with, they were like नहीं, this is just your क्या कहते हैं अंडरस्टैंडिंग, ऐसा कुछ है नहीं. Correct, yeah. ये तो स्ट्रेस है, ये हमारे साथ भी होता है, सबके साथ होता है, सबके साथ able to manage. This is not allowed that is the way you are feeling. हाँ. So and I understand कि सबके लाइफ में कुछ ना कुछ एक लेवल आएगा जो आपको पर्सनल लेवल पे डील करना पड़ेगा, you have to resolve the issues. बट एक हर चीज की एक बाउंड्री होती है. अगर आपने उस चीज को हेल्थी तरीके से रिकवर नहीं किया, then you are in a very downhill. Correct. तो अंडरस्टैंडिंग खुद को आनी चाहिए. True. Mine was very key point I would say कि I used to feel numb, but I'm like ठीक है मैं डील कर लूँगी. That was my attitude. My major focus came and I was like मुझे काम करना है, and I'm a creative person, and वो times of state flow आता है. Right. I can't lose it. Right. But at the individual level I was losing it. Correct. काम पे हैम्पर हो रहा था. तो what happens, ये तो एक इंडिविजुअल की स्टोरी हो गई कि इंडिविजुअल की अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो गई, एंड यू हैव इंटरेक्टेड विद सो मेनी पीपल. इट्स नॉट इंडिविजुअल, यू आर सेइंग मे बी इट इज इंडिविजुअल. Is number of people who are actually going through the same thing, and they also share the same experience that people are not able to understand them. So it looks like individual level. I would say it is actually at the global level. It's just that hidden. Okay. Because when I interact, so people are like, ये तुमको लगता है, ये तुम्हारे साथ हुआ, बाकी किसी के साथ नहीं हुआ है. Right. And that becomes the issue. Maybe होता है कि I tell this thing to you and you tell me कि नहीं तुमको ऐसा लग रहा है. Right. People are masking it also. Correct. That is what is happening. People are masking it very often. Right, and that's why maybe it is hidden. But then at the end, there are a number of societal things are increasing, right? Because people are masking. People are not taking help. And then suddenly we realize why number of suicides. Yeah. Why people are getting is now in India is number 1 on depression. Yes. Right. So why people are into depression is because people have not understood. See, there are two ways. One is somehow the society is not giving importance to their mental health. Yeah. कि ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं है, सबके साथ होता है. Even counseling में, why do you need to go to the experts? No, you have grandmother, you have grandfather, you have there. You come to us and we'll talk. That problem is solved. We have managed is the old mentality that is there. Yes. We have managed to be strong, and yet these are simple problems. So this is somehow a type of projection the society is giving our own people are giving, right? So when this happens, the person, the other, who is actually suffering, who is going through, is not not able to see, is there something wrong with me? Right? Is this my problem genuine or not? And at the same time, the person is feeling his health is getting deteriorated, but there is no direction. Yeah.
right? And that's why maybe suddenly then we see the people are into depression and people are committing suicide. Then we see, okay, there is a particular problem. There also we have a defense mechanism.
Yeah, and the defense mechanism that आपने भी बात की, that was like what I heard personally was कि you are sad, you're not depressed. ठीक है, जो ये बोल भी रहे हैं उनको डिफरेंस खुद को नहीं पता है, एंड उसके ऊपर से ज्यादा दिया लाइक you're not motivated. लाइफ में डिप आता है, you're not motivated. तो ये तुमको लग रहा है बट ये है नहीं. नाउ दैट ट्रिगर्स सो मच ऑन अ इंडिविजुअल लेवल, एंड मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि अगर आप इंडिविजुअल्स को भी खड़ा करो तो ऑन अ ग्लोबल लेवल दिस डिस्टॉर्ट्स द रियलिटी जो खुद के साथ कैसे एक्सपीरियंस कर रहा है. बिकॉज हम सोशल एनिमल्स होने के साथ साथ बट इंडिविजुअल ऑल्सो, अगर हम खुद को नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं देन हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड इन जनरल एंड maybe work together in a harmonious thing. So why it is like that कि society को पहले था कि वो मीडिया नहीं थी, इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं था, एंड आई अंडरस्टैंड कि डिप्रेशन हो गया, मेंटल हेल्थ हो गया, एवरीथिंग इज वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स, हर चीज उससे लिंक है, बट अब तो हम बात भी कर रहे हैं. देन व्हाई पीपल आर नॉट ओपन? मे बी ठीक है, मैं आपको हेल्प नहीं कर सकती हूँ, दैट इज द एटीट्यूड, बट एट द सेम टाइम अगर ये बोल भी रहा है एटलीस्ट मे बी एक्सेप्ट. उसको डिनाइल होता है ना कि हमने एकदम उठा के फेंक ही दिया है. व्हाई वी आर डूइंग सच थिंग्स? क्योंकि एवरीबडी वांट्स ऑन अ इंडिविजुअल लेवल, ऑन अ पेरेंटल लेवल, ऑन अ सोसाइटी लेवल कि हमको ऐसा इंडिविजुअल चाहिए जो एकदम क्या कहते हैं हाई फंक्शनिंग हो, एंड प्लस वो सोसाइटी के लिए हेल्प हो. एटलीस्ट सोसाइटी अगर इस बात छोड़ भी दी जाए तो खुद के लिए तो हो, कम से कम खुद का तो सिस्टम
कैन नॉट हैव प्रॉब्लम्स.
Yeah.
You cannot have problems, and if you do have problems, you should be able to overcome very quickly, fast. And this is how you run the race. You should continue like that, and that's what the mentality of people.
But why so? Because in your profession, आपने ये चीज देखी है ना, 12 years span, why it is like that? और क्या मे बी ऐसा है कि मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये इम्प्रूव हुई है, बट इन 12 years span की बहुत बुरी हालत थी स्टार्टिंग में, कि अभी इम्प्रूव हुई है कि आपको लगता है एकदम स्टैग्नेंट है?
नहीं, पहले तो I can see that बहुत इम्प्रूव हुई है. Okay. Right. Okay. So because now this is almost 12 years that I'm into, and now 12 years as a profession. Before that also I was a student.
Yes,
almost now you can say 20, more than 20 years that into this particular profession. I've seen very closely that people were just not talk about these mental health issues in front. Okay, the individual would just hide. Okay, we have been told that okay there is no problem at all with you. But in today's, when I see that a number of people are able to realize there's a problem, one thing is coming strongly. Even today they find it difficult to talk with something for the fear of judgment. Yeah. That people are just going to label, maybe people are not able to understand. They would say, you're just maybe doing something, it is there always in your hand. It's not like that. So, so people are becoming aware, and that's why number of people who are going through the issues, they're coming forward and trying to take help. That can be seen, which was not there. And not only that, it's not only taking care. There are industries that I've seen. That I'm interacting with the industries where I have gone and given workshops to industry people related to the mental health. So when industry is coming and approaching us, it means they have realized. Okay, it's just that maybe they realize when something big happens, there's some suicide happen in the industries or something like that. After that, they just okay. That
big boom happens.
Right. Okay. That is changed. I can see since I'm again linked with the hospitals, there are people like regular surgeons, maybe people who are operating, they feel the need of mental health right now. So right now they are incorporating. Okay, not only this, let's say maybe a person is going through a particular surgery, health issues. So in that health issue, there is no factor as okay, can we counsel this person? Can we do something? First of all, there's an anxiety related to this particular problem, right? Or maybe even after that, there's a possibility of stress and anxiety. So it was not given importance before. But now they have realized that nahi, I think that maybe mental health, if it is not proper, it adds on to the physical problem. And the physical in turn again adds on to the psychological. So now even doctors are open and they are thinking about taking people more from the health psychology. Before it was only social workers, so to say. You just counsel, you say something to the person. No, now there's proper guidance counseling how to deal with this, maybe any of the illnesses. So even I can see that doctors are open to. I'm regular physician I'm talking about. They are very close. You just give the medicines and the problem is solved. No, it's not like that. We need to spend time with the person, trying to be just okay with what the person is going through, and help the person how to deal with it. But first, not to judge, let the person open up and talk.
सर लेकिन आपको क्यों लगता है कि ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? बिकॉज हम ग्लोबली जो मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, there are few people जिनसे हम everyday interact कर रहे हैं since very small age. Those are parents, siblings, or maybe चाचा, चाची, मौसा, मौसी. There are few people जिनसे हम बहुत frequently बात कर रहे हैं. They have helped us understand how the world works. Then why it is कि जब हमको actually में help चाहिए, because it was very easy बचपन में, go and talk about it. Now we reach a certain age. I don't know what that graph is. Maybe it's 12 years, maybe it's क्या कहते हैं उससे भी नीचे 10 years, maybe 14 or 16. जब actually में teenage का वो जो shift आता है, then why we are not able to go and communicate? Or maybe we are able to go and communicate, but the same parents जिन्होंने बचपन में हमारी बात सुनी थी, are not able to understand right now.
See, I look at this from two perspectives. First of all, the environment that is there. See, if there is a healthy environment, then I will be just free. But if I say the moment I talk about certain sensitive issues, I will be told to shut up. Don't talk about it. This is very sensitive. Right. So when this type of environment is provided, unfortunately it is provided. Okay. Why? Because I am afraid. If someone is there in my family is going through such kind of thing, then I think okay, अगर उसको mental कुछ भी problem पहले तो first of all they do not have proper understanding. If some kind of issue, depression, stress भी हो जाता है, it's a mental health issue. If that happens, tomorrow the person will not be getting the job, or if the person will not able to get married. Number of things just happen. There is a fear. So when we are operating from the fear, let's not talk about it. Okay, this is the environment provided first at home, the socialization parents, right? Same thing happens in the school also, unfortunately. So let's first talk about school. Now this is the environment. Now the person who is one who is going through that and sees that first, whom shall I connect with? My parents. But the moment I talk, I will not be accepted. I will be judged. Why should I openly talk about it? That is one. Second, my friends, similar thing I see that again. कुछ है तेरा ही प्रॉब्लम है, you know. So a not proper way of understanding is offered to anyone who goes through mental health issues on a large scale. So main point that I'm trying to make here is the society is not open. They don't know how to deal with these particular issues, and then they come with their own strategies. Which are very very unhealthy. Yes. Okay, it's triggering. Correct. This is how we pass on to the information. Now the individual. From the individual, so first of all the person is getting this particular environment. Second is, whenever I speak about my life, I become vulnerable. Right? So here people do get scared about their vulnerability, because if I say this, I would be judged, I will be considered in a particular way, then why should I be just okay with anyone else? You see? So why would the person would go to counselor? Because there the person can be just vulnerable. Person knows that the psychotherapist counselor will not judge, and I can say what I want. It's very important. That is not there. So I fear. I have anxiety about my own now. It is connected. It's very funny. It is other people, but at the same time now society means what? It starts also from me. Yes. So I myself am getting frightened about my image. अरे मुझे depression कैसे हो सकता है? I always kept my standard like this, right? And people, I have created a particular image in front of other people. And if I go through this one, my image would be just down. So somehow I get into that inferiority complex. And when that happens, I'm not able to share and discuss. Till maybe something big happens. So see, we are passing on. Society is connecting with each other, right? Till maybe something big happens and we realize, oh my gosh, no, now I need to take help. So it is maybe because we are trying to project something about ourselves. Right. That becomes a very big barrier when it comes to getting help and healing. Right. Or maybe it's not understanding that it's very important to heal at the same time rather than control or manipulate the situation. And another thing is like accepting that, let's see, this is a regular thing that we talk about कि मुझे fever आता है. See, I can openly talk about I have diabetes. 100%. Right. I cannot openly talk about I am depressed. Depression is like today I am very depressed. No, that's different. I'm talking about I am actually going through, I've been diagnosed with depression.
Yeah.
So even diagnosis, please don't tell.
Oh yes, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Please don't tell. So we can openly talk about diabetes. We can openly talk about maybe cancer and other things. There's so much, but we can openly talk about I have this psychological problem.
But at the same time, I've seen one more thing कि until unless you are diagnosed with a होता है ना पेपर पे लिख के दे दिया गया है कि you have to take these number of pills दिन में 4 बार, then only I will consider. There are number of people who will consider that you are depressed or you are going through some mental challenges.
Right.
But if you are still going to a therapist जहाँ पे आपका talk session हो रहा है, they don't consider that you have any issues.
That's an interesting question because somehow maybe over the years the psychiatric area in mental health has been very popular. Why? Because medicines now. And then I go for something, I get the medicines and everyone, okay, you're taking the medicines when you're having a problem. But when you think about, because see, again, number of problems are not solved by the medicines.
Yeah.
Number of
people don't understand that.
Correct, right? So if you go through a proper therapeutic process, which actually has not given the importance. If you see Western movies everywhere, you will never see a psychologist or a counselor. You will see psychiatrist. Many of the time even.
It's a very stereotype version ki this is how it is function.
Hindi movies, I think first time where maybe the psychologist was shown, I think that the latest movie, latest in the sense it is quite old, by Shah Rukh Khan.
That
was the first time where the person has gone to not to the psychiatrist, but to a therapist. Was projected somehow.
That was first interpretation of what happens in a chamber जहाँ पे हम पहले हम बात कर रहे हैं. To understand what is happening. And that was kind of a very big eye opener when it came to me. Sometimes things are very simple, but it is very complex in our head. और हमें दूसरे की जरूरत है to understand it.
Correct. So it's not that the counselor or psychologist solves your problem. No, it just tells you it is able to help you. But see, these are the different things that you're going through. If you just maybe take care of this one, things can be different. So we require that. First of all, starting point here is I should openly share and discuss. ये पहले नहीं मिलता है. And that you can get in the form of someone who is non-judgmental. And that is the importance of therapist that is there. And the second is the therapist is not solving the problem. It's using a particular procedure and guiding. So you are making the changes in yourself. Not the therapist. It's only providing you, you can do that. Right.
Yeah.
You see,
वो basic understanding it lag है कि we are the one who is responsible to make the changes, but we need to understand first.
Right. Okay.
But I've also seen that when we go to the counselor and we talk about it, there are certain people who will first say कि तुम्हें जरूरत नहीं है, and then they feel कि oh no, I am there for you, I can help you. तुम्हें किसी और के पास जाके 1 घंटा certain amount of पैसे भी तुम डाल रहे हो, you can come and talk to me.
Yeah.
Now that becomes an issue कि there are few things where I understood कि counselor को there is something that we provide the information from our perspective.
Correct.
सामने वाले के पास there is no pre-framed understanding कि what is exactly happening.
Right.
So हम एक तो 10 information दे नहीं रहे उनको, plus एक करके चीजें आ रही हैं. It is understand सामने वाले के लिए भी हमारे लिए भी to understand and guide the journey. But it is quite triggering क्योंकि आप क्या बोलोगे ऐसे situation पे where your a very near and dear person are like अब वो आके they want to help you and you feel that's a very vulnerable place कि oh सामने वाला wants to help me and I should be open. But it becomes very difficult to talk to them who are very near and dear.
True.
And it just makes the whole process even more complex.
Yeah.
Because they are not in a listening state. They are still in a very मुझे पता है ये ऐसे ही होता है.
Right. So see, everyone cannot be counselor and psychotherapist. It is a very skillful job, and that's why people tell you क्यों पैसा बर्बाद करे? Why you are going to that? This is yours not a big problem. Something that happened. See, we also have gone through that. We have overcome a problem. You should also overcome. No, things are different. Every personality is different, and whenever these are relatives who so to say no, say I will solve the problem. They are keeping themselves at the center and trying to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's a big problem whenever these people are coming across. No, you cannot solve the problem. It is, you have to keep yourself aside. You need to be able to reach, okay, this is what is happening to you. And what I can do, maybe what other people can just do is just a listening ear. right? But even that is, you require skills to give a listening ear, because very quickly we want to talk, we want to give solution, we want to give suggestion, we want to give advice. That is not therapy. That is not how it should be done.
Yeah.
But this is what people are used to. Okay, I just can give you suggestion, advice, and आपको ही नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, you're only wrong. Finish. Over. So the blame game starts again. Yeah. That you're not able to solve the problem. They don't realize that the method that they have used is not correct. This is not how the problem should be treated. See, that's what the wrong understanding of psychotherapy is there. कि counseling तो है, कुछ तो भी बोल देता है, and money, ऐसे सब कुछ भी ideas हैं, and this can be done with anyone. Anyone can do that.
Yes. It's a very easy job to do it.
Right.
And it's a quick money-making scheme that people are using.
Right. And then why you require counseling?
Yeah.
Simple stress है आपका, you can just be okay.
Yeah.
So I think each problem is different, and people are struggling. Okay, people are able to manage by themselves, that's okay, fine. But when you are not able to manage by oneself, you are accepting that, hey, listen, I am not able to manage this thing, and I need help. Okay? And even understanding that I need help is an important eye-opening. But then what happens, हम block कर देते वहाँ पे, oh, right, कौन क्या बोलेगा, what my parents are going to say about it, कि I am तो was always good, I have so many things with me, there is nothing that, that I'm not having, but still why do I into depression, why I'm into that stress? एक common understanding होता है, you don't know what is going on in one's head.
Yeah.
Right?
Even with all the resources in your disposal.
Absolutely. It's not that there are so many things outside, but there are so many things inside you can't see.
Yeah.
Right? So many things are there inside. So, and we don't have time for it. We're just looking at outside. We're not looking at what is going on inside, and we need to give importance. Listen, there is something that is there. Okay, let's bring it out.
Yeah, because it is very scary. Because the first thing is like, हमारे पास तो ये सब resources नहीं थे. You have all the things. Then
At once we are able to connect. हाँ, ये है तुम्हारे पास, वो है, job है, ये है, वो है. So problem क्या है?
हाँ.
Right.
True.
This is the first thing. There's a possibility of when you have these things also, the more problems that you can have, because there are certain things that we are thinking in a particular way. We are not finding the solution. Maybe you want a number of reasons that are stored here. Right? So उसके लिए तो medicine बनी नहीं है. You just cannot give the medicines for this one. What you do give medicine is, ये जो प्रेशर में आ जाता है, it releases the chemical at the excess level, उसके लिए मेडिसिन बनी है. Right? So when you go to a psychiatrist and also is giving anti-depressing medicine or anti-anxiety medicine, what is the chemical imbalance पूरा body में हुआ है, is settling. यहाँ पे तो problem solve ही नहीं हुआ. यहाँ पे तो something is going on. And that's where you require a skillful therapist or a counselor where you can tell you, okay, if you deal with this particular problem in a better way.
There's one more thing which I saw when it came to the reaction from people was कि ये trend चल रहा है. Depression is a trend. Everybody is throwing some random words कि and literally मेरे को ये चीज समझ में आई है कि it doesn't matter कि आपको है कि नहीं. That's a very different understanding altogether. But when it comes to the language and how we speak in day-to-day life, and right now in this atmosphere, people are throwing random words without understanding. कुछ अगर छोटी भी चीज हो जाती है, क्या कहते हैं, गाड़ी अगर खराब हो गई, मैं बहुत डिप्रेस हूँ यार, मेरा तो दिमाग ही खराब है.
Actually, I'm sad.
Yeah.
But we're using the word depressed. Yeah.
So, and if this is the situation, how we are using words very irresponsibly at the same time. This situation can happen with both the individuals when it comes to कि एक जो जिसको ये actually दिक्कत है. And those people use word very loosely. And there are other people who are okay and they are evolving as an individual, but they are using the same words very क्या कहते हैं, irresponsibly. So that becomes a very tricky situation. कि एक global atmosphere हो गया है, understanding कि ये ट्रेंड चल रहा है, तुम्हारे दोस्त ऐसे बात करते हैं, ये क्या कहते हैं, तुम लोगों को नेविगेट करना नहीं आ रहा स्ट्रेस अपने लाइफ को लेके. So this is all the maybe hallucination or illusions that youth is creating in their head. How to navigate the situation?
Right. See, first of all, something is very, very important that people should be psychoeducated on what is real depression is. right? Just to understand, because there's a mild and moderate and severe level of depression that we talk about. And first, to understand what is severe depression here is where physiologically, this is something very important. Now, physiologically, you're not motivated to do anything. Yeah. Now, this is also not understood properly. Yeah. Like, how are you? Maybe now she's supposed to be getting up in the morning, going for work and all, and then again there's a label, you're lazy, maybe you're not able to solve the problem. They don't realize maybe if that is happening, there's a possibility of that person has already entered into severity of depression. So first of all, basic idea of depression is I lose motivation. Yeah. That things that I have interest, I lose interest. Okay. Maybe whatever the trigger is. Trigger can be even my workplace, anything. There are so many things, the triggers that are there, marital issues, blah blah blah. At the end, if I'm not able to deal with this particular problem for a long time, you see, like we talk about depression. Yeah. It was only 2 weeks through the research. Okay. That you continue with the negativity in the brain continuously 2 weeks. After that, you will see problem starts. Because so it's not just psychological, it's biological also. That is what it is. Biological very much. Because when you say, it is it's playing on your mind. Brain fights. We only talk about immune system. Brain which fights, and then it gives up. Yeah. And when it gives up, there where actually the severe depression starts. Where you lose weight. Sleep issue. Why it suddenly happens? No. Now there is a physiological problem. So the things you are motivated first, you are not getting motivated. So it's not you are doing it. Yeah. From within, you are just not getting energy. So before it was in your hand. So will you say that like you said, 2 weeks ke time pe with the negative talk and negative environment, anything which is highly toxic, things start happening in the brain as well as the body. It doesn't happen with everyone, but that's the high chances. If you're not able to deal with it, it shows on physical, and that's what you're talking about depression. So I'm feeling very depressed. No, that is what people have to understand. Okay, so I'm feeling very sad. Will you say let's say I'm a very normal functioning individual, or something happened within the 2 weeks span my behavior starts changing, my sleep starts changing, something happens in me. So after there is a time duration where you say कि अगर आपने इतने से इतने में अगर recover नहीं किया, healthy recovery नहीं हुई, so then you need to go and see someone, or it is just that कि नहीं, maybe you can say कि okay, let's say 2 weeks का time and then healthy recovery, I don't know, but I'm assuming कि अगर वो 2 weeks के time पे अगर मैं if I'm not able to healthily recover, so that is called depression, or will it just be called कि नहीं, you are just going through a grieving process, or you are just sad. Yeah. Or it requires much more time. Right. Now look at this. First thing is we need to understand the psychological of what happens. First thing is there is always a trigger. Yeah. Usually there is a trigger. Yes, so trigger is of the past. Yeah. Trigger is of the present that is going on, or a trigger of the future which has not taken birth. Yeah. But I'm already playing with my mind. This is likely to happen, and likely to happen means something negative. Yeah. So you see, the trigger is always there in the present. It's just fluctuating. Right? So if the trigger is not outside, it exists in my brain. Yeah. Right? The memories that I have. Okay. So when you do have this, and if you are not able to deal, so between the triggers and the collapse that health we are talking about is your brain. Okay. That we need to do. It goes like that. It cannot pass without this fellow that is there. Right? Okay. So now here is there are people who are able to deal with these triggers in a better way. There are people who are not able to deal with it. Yeah. Okay. So that's why very quickly we get into maybe addiction or getting into number of things, right? It's unhealthy coping strategies. Yeah. Right? Okay. Now whenever these triggers happen, whether past, present or future, there is a setback that is there. Yeah. Every other day that you are feeling something. Yeah. You're feeling irritated. You're not feeling motivated. Number of things. But it is still a starting point. Yeah. Okay? Something is getting piled up. Correct. And then when one connects with the other. So you already have trigger, people don't wait for you. Life to chalti hai. No one waits for you. Yes. It continues, but then you see that there's something change, some change is happening. Yeah. And you see other people are managing, why I'm not able to manage, why I'm not able to. Okay? That loop keeps on going. Carrying on, simultaneously this fellow, whatever it is, okay, you're trying to manage. But if it is not taken care, it doesn't wait. Yeah. It doesn't wait. And then sooner or later, it depends again, sooner or later, chemical change ho hi jata hai. First thing it affects is your sleep on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You see, that's why you see any of the problem why we're not able to sleep.
Yeah.
Because it affects the chemicals of जो brain में
हाँ.
drowsiness के लिए
Yes,
लेके
yes,
आता है,
yes.
it affects there.
Yeah.
Then slowly is the fatigue.
हाँ.
Right in the day when you want to get up, you just don't feel motivated. So क्यों?
Yeah.
अंदर से ही maybe now chemical imbalance ऐसे हो रहा है कि you're not motivated,
Hmm.
or maybe you try to do something, you're easily getting tired.
Yeah.
आप नहीं कर रहे हो.
हाँ. It is happening.
Correct. Now there are chemicals in our body. You know, see now
Yes.
for example, both of us are sitting here.
Yeah.
We are operating into parasympathetic nervous system.
Yes.
Which is needed for our body, where you know our neurotransmitter, your blood flow, everything is not proper. Balance. Now, जभी ये these triggers which continuously happen, and when I'm not able to deal that in a proper way, okay, now you see the neurotransmitter, this chemical which is a balance है, either it releases at the excess level, और वो जो level चाहिए वो कम करते हैं हमारे body में.
Okay.
और ये जब होता है, now there where now you are going to lose weight or you will not be interested to think, you're getting easily fatigued. Now it is not psychological. From psychological it has moved to biological. Depression has started. Okay, so there is a symptoms of depression.
So you can say कि if the time you feel कि there is some disturbance in the sleep cycle,
right,
the biological process has just started.
Already started, and it doesn't stop. It goes into 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and what way it comes out we don't know. See,
it depends on the individual how that person is.
Absolutely right. Okay. So you can develop physical problems, you can develop psychological problems, from there it can go to psychological disorders. It does not stop if you're not effectively dealing with. See, the trigger to hai. Right? Maybe see, if I have unfortunately lost a loved one, let's say.
Yeah.
That you cannot unchange.
No.
But if you're not dealing with this one, so sometimes let's say maybe even I have a problem with certain cultures, unfortunately, where they believe that you need to carry on grief for some time. And if you are overcome the issues, means something is not normal with you. We do not realize that listen, the brain doesn't wait for you. Okay, your body doesn't wait for you.
There is a time frame कि उतने में ही कर लो.
Right.
They don't understand that grieving can happen in a very different other ways also.
Talking about these emotions, when they get into 8, 9, 10, where this chemical imbalance hota hai, that is what is dangerous. So I get into that 1, 2, 3 of anger where I am in charge. Right, I am in charge. The moment I get into 8, 9, 10, I am not in charge now. Now your brain is in charge. Okay, it's controlling you now. So you're getting into now extreme level of anxiety. There where it goes to danger zone. Extreme level of now from that you stress, then you get to stress 4, 5, 6, then you get into distress of 8, 9, 10. Right, there where again now you're getting it. So what we need to do here is, right, very often it is not under our control. Right, okay, because there are triggers. So it is connected. These emotions are connected with triggers.
Yes.
Like anything. Triggers mean any bad episode that happened, anything, past, present, future. Okay, but between these triggers and this emotional imbalance, 8, 9, 10, is your brain where you think in a particular way. If you do not think in a healthy way, it leads to 8, 9, 10. If you think in a healthy way, in a proper way, then it can keep you or bring back you to that 1, 2, 3. Now this is a skill, a huge skill that you need to work on day to day basis. So it is not you controlling mind. No, it doesn't exist controlling mind. Right? It is basically overcoming the thoughts that you have on a regular basis, which are main culprits of putting someone into 8, 9, 10 of depression or any of the psychological problems. Not the triggers. Okay? And just simple example I'll tell you. Let's see, so that you understand. Let's say maybe breakup. Simple example, right? Okay. People go through breakup. Let's say breakup, and you see number of people get into anger or maybe anxiety or maybe depression. Now, if the breakup is the cause of this depression, then अगर 10 लोगों के साथ breakup होना चाहिए, 10 all 10 people should get into depression. Is breakup is not any of the problem. Any of the problem. It's not. Right. So there are certain people who get into, other people don't. Other people maybe go in the hotel and eat chicken biryani. Something like that. Different reaction. Why? Because between the trigger and the effect, there is how you perceive it, how you think about a problem. And if you're able to get that skill, you're able to deal with any of the triggers on your life, of the present, past, or future. ये ट्रेनिंग लोगों को दी ही नहीं जाती है.
True.
It's because it requires lot of
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah.
So it's not just when tells you okay आपको ये overcome आना चाहिए people से. नहीं. आप अगर मुझे मैथ सिखाओगे तो मैं नहीं समझ सकता हूँ. See, these are the skills which has to be practice and practice. But before practicing, what should I practice? Right, yeah. So how psychologically things work, ये हमें psychoeducate नहीं किया जाता है, right? And then it's first is psychoeducating, and it's not only बता दिया खत्म. No, I need to regularly observe, become mindful about it, what is happening with me, and practice the right way. Then you see that there is a change, and that's why you require an expert. To guide you through, not somebody, hey, come and talk and I will solve your problem. It does not work that way because triggers are very strong. Very strong. Number of triggers, daily hassle, every other day we have triggers. Okay, but again, having said that, between the triggers and the effect, is your not mind, brain, okay, which actually aggravates the problem. If you think in a particular way, but if you think in a healthy way, a rational way, not rational is like people who say, no, not that way, there's a different way of understanding. Okay. Right? Psychological language, effective thinking. Yes. You do it, you're able to deal with life in a better way. It requires skills. Huge skills.
Because people think is when you remove emotion from a situation, people are like, I'm rational, मुझे पता है how to deal with the situation.
It's not that. Right? People, what means people who are rational, they don't have emotions? No, we all have.
But people project that we are emotionless. Because
you are emotional, I'm emotionless, emotion is bad. No, that's
मतलब you and me can't have a conversation right now ऐसा.
Now
situation happens.
उनको emotion का meaning किसे समझाएंगे?
Right,
so everyone wants to become experts in psychology because they watch movie or they have read something
and
then left and right they can quote. Now the information is so much like that, people self-diagnose. So much, right? So that's why a lot of guidance should be done in psychology and so that's also through awareness we can do that, bringing that at a very young age we can do that. Right? So things are still improving. That's what again. Things are very much improving, at least in our country, and the process is continuing.
But it's still a very long
so like-minded people, when you do this work, again it will go faster. So what are we doing? Come on, we are adding to that, getting the proper information, and that's why more people should contribute to this. Okay? One way is to give up, again नहीं हो रहा है, नहीं होगा, no. ठीक है, right? Growth है, that's we can see, people are opening up to that. It's just that maybe जितना speed से होना चाहिए नहीं हो रहा है. The more people join this, you see things are likely to change.
Hopefully we see a different future together.
Right. So we require more people coming into this area and working towards mental health.
Because there's a very big lack of awareness and apart from that, understanding in general. That is what is lacking. Anything else जो आप मुझे add करना चाहोगे इसमें? Last piece of wisdom, kind of. Because people don't. It is good to hear. And it is a good thought. But people are not joining hands. That becomes the issue.
So see, sometimes, that's what we need to first learn to accept the reality. That's how the
reality is very, very hard.
Right? So this is the reality that's happening. So we need to check maybe what are the missing gap, what are the different things maybe, that maybe we are not able to do. That's why people are, you see. So we always have to first is accepting the reality and check what different things we need to do. So process. We should not jump directly to the result.
True.
Result hoga. We need to do the correct process. So actually the correct process first starts with the leaders. All the leaders, the government plays a very, very important role somehow, unfortunately. So we are not talking about any politics party, but the government, whoever comes in, should invest into mental health at a larger scale. Larger scale for mental health. This is a big problem. So in the corona related, lot of people have gone through that. But I think nothing big, it's happening. So at that level, the mentality has to be change, and mental health issue has to be taken seriously. Right? This has to be taken seriously in the hospitals, maybe, right? And the leaders, all different leaders, first of all. Anywhere you are boss of any company, industry, you have to, the top priority in all this with your production. Suppose you give top priority to your production, second should be a mental health.
True.
Right? You see, because everywhere, people are going where? Number of people are spending hours and hours in the workplace. Okay. So workplace, you have that main intention why you started particular organization. But second one is with your physical health, mental health.
True, because everybody wants a healthy life.
Correct.
And कोई भी किसी से जाके बात करता दिया लाइक कि हमको तो अपनी सस्टेबिलिटी क्या कहते हैं मैनेज करनी है.
Right.
बट इट कम्स ओनली व्हेन यू आर मोटिवेटेड टू डू द वर्क. अगर आपको 8-8 घंटे 10-10 घंटे काम करना है एवरी डे 24/7 अगर काम करना है, यू आर नॉट इन दैट स्टेट, देयर इज नो पॉइंट एंड यू कांट सक्सीड.
Right.
So people don't understand. उनका फर्स्ट स्टेप से ही वो एंडिंग हो जाती है कि नहीं, we don't have time for this. ये हम बाद में डील कर लेंगे.
ये निकलना है, ये निकलना है. और वहाँ पे चेंज होना चाहिए.
Yeah.
Right, so a process. So it is very important. Any organization where people are spending number of hours, there is house, it has to be healthy.
Yeah.
It has to be healthy. If the person is into unhealthy environment, as I told you, brain fights, and
Yeah.
gives up because there is an unhealthy environment. Can we change that unhealthy environment? Who is the person who should be taking the authority?
Yeah.
So they should be first guided. They should be open to this. Then the things can change at the society level, at the top level that you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why the leaders, even at home, mother is the leader, father is the leader.
Yeah.
The person has to. What is my job? Healthy environment. I am in charge of this one.
Yeah.
What is my job? Is to teach you the students are working healthy
environment. Yeah.
Right. So I make every effort to that. So that what I'm doing now, I'm reducing the trigger.
Yes.
So many triggers that are there. So I need to reduce the triggers, as many triggers as possible.
Yes.
Because there are already which are natural triggers that are there in our life.
We can't control that.
Correct. So there are a number of triggers we human beings are creating for each other.
Yeah.
Can we reduce that? These are in our hand.
Yes.
So let me few triggers in life to struggle with when something happens. Like my accident happened, if it is. I just can't control. I'll fight it out. But there every other day accidents happening in the form of these that can be controlled.
Yeah.
You see, so if you start this way, it's a positive effect which is likely to happen. So I am hopeful, I'm optimism, and I'm carrying on without thinking why things are not changing. All of us have to continue working towards it. Changes are happening.
Yes. 100%. Thank you.